Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. What has brought you to Redcliffe?
Is this some sort of test? We're here because you invited us in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
Well, that's very strange, because someone who looked exactly like you spoke to me in Val Royeaux a few days ago.
That's suspicious.
Exactly like me? I suppose it could be magic at work, but why would anyone... Whoever or whatever brought you here? The situation has changed. The free mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
Alright, slaughter them all.
An alliance with Tevinter? Do you not fear all of Thedas turning against you?
Andraste's ass. I'm trying to think of a single worse thing you could have done, and I've got nothing.
I understand that you are afraid, but you deserve better than slavery to Tevinter.
As one indentured to a magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
An alliance with Tevinter is a terrible mistake.
All hope of peace died with Justinia. This
Or maybe it's the
bargain with
best
Tevinter
decision.
would not have been my first choice, but we had no choice.
Who else is gonna stop the
We are
Qunari when they
losing.
come back?
I needed to save as many of my people as I could.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion
Shank him.
Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
Fucking stab him right now.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a magister.
Our Southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights. As their protector, I shall oversee their work for the Imperium.
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the Southern Mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained, they will join our legion.
You said not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
I haven't seen
Sounds like
any
it's a
sign
bad
of
idea.
Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Al Tegan did not abandon his lands during the Blight, even when they were under siege.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
I'm here to get mages to close the breach.
Right, to business. I understand, of course.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I'm not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt.
Only one,
There
actually.
is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious indeed.
It is true that potentially a bunch of powerful Tevinter mages could have done what you did. But you
Well,
have a
you're
cheat
fighting
code.
a massive tear in the sky.
Why do you have a
hardly
cheat
afford to
code?
think small.
There will have to
How
be.
convenient. The moment the problem happens, you get a cheat code to fix it.
Why is he acting all funny?
Felix,
Uh-oh.
My lord, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
are you all right?
I'm fine, father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this
That's
another
suspicious.
time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
Suspicious indeed.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
At the war table.
Yeah.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger. Ooh,
Pop it,
very
pop, 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 pop,
mysterious.
pop, pop, pop.
There's no telling who or what will be waiting for us in that Chantry.
Only one way to find out.
You dumb bitch.
Don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
You fucking whore.
Tevinter's as big a threat as the Templars. You're better off with the Inquisition.
Right. And I'm the Empress of Orlais.
Fuck you, bitch.
Magister Alexius does not approve of those without magic like you and me. You may not wish to stay long. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all Tranquil must leave
He's
Redcliffe,
Tranquil?
but who would take us in?
Sounds like it.
You're one of the Tranquil.
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect
He
me
sounds
from
too
evil.
like
Rather than
like
risk
alive.
me becoming possessed, the circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires. Those now in Redcliffe prefer not to see us.
How long?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after he forced anyone without magic out of the castle. Even the Arl was sent away. One moment. I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
I don't know this for a fact, but I'm willing to bet if you didn't bring him, he would be killed. Especially with Tevinter's around. Oh.
I would these Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
You're not happy?
Magic or no, I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with magisters.
You okay, dude?
Enchanter ended up working with Tevinter.
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally.
Tap 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 tap.
That's given us an edge.
Tap 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 tap.
Out of the frying pan.
Over there. Where is it?
Age Tower's a fine place to be.
If you were happy,
We're all rebels now.
Hey, look, Flemus over there. Where?
The majority wanted to... I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
goodbye.
The other dude's leveled up.
Okay.
So Varric can be equipped with his new chest piece.
Yep.
And they all have points to assign.
Alright. Oh, boy.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
You will not stop me.
Oh God. Jesus Christ.
What now?
You're too fast for that.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly?
I hold my hand. It goes.
You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the
What's
terms
the difference?
interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
Are you the one who sent that note, then?
I am.
Stupid Roman.
Someone had to
I'm
warn you
from
after all.
Gaul. Stupid Roman.
There's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance.
I'm
of the maiden
Greek.
out from under.
Roman.
As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right.
I'm Browning from
To read
Spain.
Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
Oh, that's bad.
He arranged it so he could arrive here just after the Divine died.
You catch on quick.
That is fascinating if true, and almost certainly dangerous.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
I'd like more proof than magical time control. Go with it.
I know what I'm talking about.
That made him
I
angry.
helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why.
Hand,
Perhaps
right?
because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
They who hold the hand hold the
Can
power.
close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Do you have any suggestions?
You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Being tranquil.
So, this is a good question. Why is a Tevinter mage going all the way across the continent and fucking with time specifically to get to you?
Because they saw.
And you could see the enthusiasm in the cutscene too.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh, I need to make a deal. Like, perfect.
I'm gonna guess he saw some future timeline and he's put together some pieces that will give the Venturi some fucking opportunity for a massive amount of power for the Venturi to take over all of Tevinter. Because if they can artificially keep those rifts opening and opening and opening, they can be the only ones to close it, and through that just earn themselves the right to do whatever the fuck they want.
I love how, like, you had like some sort of screen object permanence issue right there with like the moment that this giant highlighting chest was off your screen, you completely forgot it was there until you pinged it again and turned around like, what the fuck is that? When did that get there? It was much bigger than the little sack that you went and looted. No, you don't remember the gigantic chest in the middle that looks like some rare shit would be in it.
But I found a book.
There's so many good questions though the game is prompting you with. Why is a Tevinter mage fucking with time and indenturing all the like mage rebellion to get to you specifically, yet he wants to speak with you. He's not trying to kill you immediately. Maybe he will try to, maybe he won't. Maybe he wants something from you. And then also, like, what could the other mages have closed the rift in the sky? So then why do you have this fucking thing on your hand? Where did you get the thing? Why did you get the fucking mark on your hand the moment the fucking calamity happened?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I would just assume that they had a part in starting in the first fucking place.
Why were you in the Fade? So many questions.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No answers. Welcome to Inquisition. A long game.
Are we there yet?
No. You haven't even touched the Storm Coast yet. You haven't touched Fallow Mire yet. You still have half of the hinterlands left. You have to pick the mages or Templars as like your next action, and you're still missing some power to actually do that. And then there's like, that's not even half the areas in the game. The base game. Forget about DLCs. Yeah. Oh god. Not to mention there's a whole optional area like I told you about.
Weird enough. They have torn open time itself. So no, I doubt they truly need a cult as well.
So then why did they have a cult?
I mean, it sounds like the Illuminati. I'm gonna guess they are like, we're extremists, but we're not extremists enough. We need to get more extreme.
Where's Morrigan? Where's Hawk?
Where's the Grey Warden? The Grey Warden.
Yeah. Where's the Grey Wardens?
I mean, if I were to take a guess, is the Grey Wardens always see themselves outside of all politics, right?
They do.
And want nothing to do with interpolitics bullshit. And their sole job is to fucking fight the Darkspawn.
Mm-hmm.
And since we have just killed an Archfiend, there's probably going to be some time until the next Archfiend.
What, in between, it's still their job to expand the Grey Wardens and keep the order going.
Yep. Getting there. With that being said, one way to keep the Grey Wardens strong is to, like you said, increase their numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's another good way to keeping your army strong? Not decreasing your numbers by means of a fucking artificial time rate in which your dudes automatically just fucking die. And so they don't have to fucking go down into the deep roads and fight themselves to death once they become, you know, whatever happens to a Grey Warden at the end of their time frame. So could the Grey Wardens all be looking for a cure to that portion of being a Grey Warden?
Why now?
Because now they have a Grey Warden to fucking unite them, and they also have a fucking godchild to look after.
Well, they don't. Morrigan does.
Yeah.
Also, they don't know that. I know more about Flemeth than Morrigan does. So you gotta think about it from that perspective. And Morrigan knows more than any Grey Warden.
Dispatch for you.
They're not giving you any answers, just more questions. That's how you know you're still in the beginning of the game. Power! Okay, yeah, looks like you have
This
both.
might interest you, sir.
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
Just barely gonna eke out the power you need.
Is this like
requisitions.
I think this is just a repeatable, isn't it? Yeah.
Loot. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. Finally, an upgrade.
Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall. Warden Blackwall.
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come!
They look so scared.
Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I'm here investigating Grey Wardens for the Inquisition. We're seeing if their disappearance has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
Not here to accuse, not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript.
Has that really happened 10 years ago? Wow.
Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand.
Each game is like roughly 5 years apart. Like by the end of Dragon Age 2, it's been 5 years roughly. And so this is like 5 years after that.
I wasn't aware.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient.
Yeah, good luck on
Outside
fucking
of
getting them to
blights,
agree to it, though.
It's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
Do you have any idea where the other Wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt. That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know.
Anderfels, isn't that the snowy place in the DLC of Origins?
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall, but this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me.
Warden Blackwall.
No questions.
The Inquisition
Join.
accepts your offer.
Good to hear.
I like him.
We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to
This
myself.
is a character I actually did like.
This Warden walks with the Inquisition.
Too bad I'm never going to see him.
You're not gonna bring him? You can replace Cassandra. You have a Warden instead of this fucking butch bitch with her fucking short grandma hair.
I think you're right. Yeah, all dude party. Let's go. Woo!
It's me and the boys. I didn't like Solus. Apparently that was a rare opinion when the game released. People really liked Solus. I really hated him. I couldn't find anybody else that hated him. Wonder how Balin's doing.
Balin? I'm sure he's okay. You guys are in the wrong place.
Whoa. And Dwarven Carta.
Mercenaries? Looks like Carta. Lyrium smuggling would be profitable around here.
You remind me of someone I used to know. He was fascinated with the Fade and spirits too. A maid?
You don't have the key.
No, just a man who liked eating these strange purple cactus berries. I don't think he was ever actually in the Fade.
That reference I was supposed to get?
You're basically, everything remaining here is like level 8 now. You can of course still go fight level 8 things. You're level 7, that's pretty fucking close anyway. And your gear is generally pretty good. You can also go get one more power with a quick repeatable, and then go do the level 4 to 7 content you have, which is picking Templars or Mages, which is easier than everything else that you can do right now. You know, I think the really amazing thing about Dragon Age Inquisition, I played this game on release. It wasn't buggy. There's a AAA release
without bugs
that was designed for consoles and released day one on PC. There was really no major bugs.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I do not believe you.
All.
Do not believe you.
From EA.
Yeah, no, and
BioWare.
Nope.
The company that made Mass Effect Andromeda. The studio that made SOTOR, which is probably the buggiest MMO I've played in my entire life.
Yeah, I don't believe you. I do not believe you.
And it released, and I played it day one, and I didn't encounter any... There's more bugs now than on release.
Hey, how fake his hair looks.
So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it, to be that close.
If I hadn't been saved by Inquisition soldiers, I don't know what would have happened.
Inquisition soldiers? That's not what I've heard. The Breach, the Divine's death, the Wardens. It doesn't make sense. There's so much we don't know.
Your experience with the Wardens will certainly be useful.
Mostly the treaties, I expect. Old parchments you're welcome to. What about you? How do you fit into all this?
I just want to help stop the war. Try to put things back in order.
A worthy goal, one I'm happy to support. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
Hey, I didn't left click. Chris?
Oh, good job.
I didn't left click.
I've heard rumors of abandoned Warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
The Wardens. I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do Wardens do when the world's not ending?
Your mom!
There is still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
You haven't had contact.
Yeah, but you're no hero for fucking Ferelden.
Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been alone.
I feel like it would require more, just in case, you know, you do the, oh, they're just recruiting, they're not inducting.
So you have no idea where the rest of the Wardens are.
Induction happens elsewhere.
Yeah.
Where they take a little sippy sip of demon blood.
And orders don't change much from day to day. For the last
it's like how your character can be found in the first one. You recruited, but the ceremony comes later.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me.